Grandma Mary here. And whoo-wee, what a week, huh? With the timeline for pages coming out. It's exciting, a little bit irritating with some of these new changes, but we'll get into the good, the bad, and the ugly, okay? So here we are, and I'm looking at my page, and I can preview the timeline without changing it. And so I'm actually logged in with my personal profile, Andrea, and I found it hard when I hit preview, if I was logged in as my page, it wasn't working. So this is the way it worked for me. I don't know if it works for you another way, but again, hit the preview. And what you see here is you've got the admin panel at the top, and you can hide that to, kind of minimize that for now. But let's take a look around, and there's really a lot of great information out there already on some of this stuff, but I want to highlight a couple of little things that I think are really important and aren't really covered. So now, first of all, what I really recommend you go do is take the little tour, the little tour that Facebook put together for you. You can start that and see all the nuances. We're going to start with the cover page here, the cover picture. And this is a little irritating for me here because you may have heard, and hopefully if you haven't heard, you haven't created a cover photo that violates this new guideline. But the cover photo can only have like very minimal information. You can have information about your business, but there's no call to actions. You can't say click like. You can't say, you can't put your phone number, you can't put any information on there about your business, your website, which I think is a bit ridiculous. I'm a little bit miffed about that whole thing. I think it's frustrating, but whatever. Again, it's Facebook's sandbox. We're going to have to get over it. And the fact of the matter is, people aren't going to be hanging out at your timeline all the time anyway. So it's just about the news feed, getting into that news feed. But pick a good photo here. Now, I'm going to give you a little tip and a little trick on how to create your own photo. You can pick any photo that you've got right now. The minimum length of photo is 399 pixels across, which most photos that you've got out there in your timeline right now in your photo area will work. So you can pick one that you've already got. I'm going to show you a little quick way to create something a little special that you can do on your own, because I'm all about creating something if it can look good. Now here's what I did. I used PowerPoint. Now if you have PowerPoint, you can put in a photo into a PowerPoint thing, and then you can add little things to it. I added these icons, these photos on top. I added this little added some little text there onto my photo. And then what I do is I go up and I save it as, instead of a PowerPoint presentation, I now save it as a JPEG. And now, shabam, it's a photo. And then I can crop it to some good sizes in any sort of paint picture, any paint program, or any photo program that you might have. Because I'm not too handy with the Photoshop. I'm not Photoshop savvy. This is a quick and easy way to create something on your own that might be kind of fun. So just a little hot tip there from me on how to create a nice looking photo for your photo there, for your cover photo. So I'm going to upload something here, upload a photo, and I'm going to go and pick something here that I created earlier. And I'm going to click open, and let's see how that looks. Oh, looking really good. And remember to save some space over here because your profile photo overlaps. So don't forget that. Don't put any writing down in this area. You want to save some space for your profile photo. So I'm going to click Save Changes there. And so I have to say I'm looking pretty good in that photo, I think. And so now, some of the other nuances. Take a look here. Now, as you know, there's no more default landing tabs. Hopefully you've heard that. If you haven't heard it, you're hearing it now for the first time. I'm busting the news out to you. So let's take a look at what we got, though, here. Here's the apps that are across the top. Now, you can't change the photo app. You can't reposition this one, but you can change these top other three apps to your best three apps. Those are going to be the ones that are the most visible. And that's where you're going to want, if you've got a welcome page, that's where you're going to want your welcome page showing right there. Now you can do some creative things with it. Just because we don't have a default landing tab, again, little bit irritating. I'm a little irritated at that whole thing. But just because you don't have a welcome tab, default landing tab anymore, doesn't mean you can't draw attention to it. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create a small little graphic with a call to action. You can't have calls to action in your cover photo, but you can have calls to action down in these little icons right here, and you can change these. So what you do is you click on this little button here to arrange you can arrange your icons there, and now you have the little pencil option to open to you. So now you click the little pencil option, and you're going to scroll down. You might switch it with a different app. I got a lot of apps. I'm a little app hound. So now what you're going to do is you're going to click the edit settings. And here you can change the custom tab name, and you can make something that says get your free report, or your little custom tab image can say hot stuff, click me. You know, you can have a call to action there with those things. And so that's what you're going to want to adjust to draw some attention to your free goodies that you got and hope that people click on them. I'm going to show you a couple of examples with that right there. Here's Macy's. And look, they've got the Macy's $1 Million Makeover. So I'm interested. Win $1 million. I'm interested in that. I'm going to click there. So once I click there, now I can see what's going on. It's their little contest they got going on here. So now you can have a little contest. You got the little contest. It looks like this contest, you may have missed it. I'm sorry about that, but it's a good stuff in there, and good way to draw some attention to that. Here's another one here on this Holdren design, and it's very simple. It says welcome right there, and they just made a quick little icon there. And again, you can use some program like Paint or have something that you can just create a little icon that says welcome, put the little words in there, and create something and put it in there. And then they renamed this to Click Me. So there's a call to action right there, click me and welcome, and you can find more information about that. So get creative, people, on those little icons. That's what I'm saying. We've got one on our Facebook marketing. We haven't published our timeline on this book yet, on this book page yet, but download your free chapter today. Welcome. You want to have something to get their attention, get a free chapter. So that's what you can do with those little icons. The little width of the picture is 117, although I've heard 111 from some people. It's very close, somewhere in that range. 111 pixels, 117 pixels across by 84 pixels down. I'll have this all in the blog post, so you don't have to take notes here. So that's what you want to do there. And again, have the top 3 across. You can't edit the photos one, but have those top 3 that you want to showcase across there. You can swap positions if you want to highlight a sale flyer or welcome tab or some other thing you've got going on down there. Now, highlight your best 3 in the top row, because that's what shows. You also have the next 2 rows available to show as well. Someone can click down and see those. They're not going to be as visible, but you want to have your best 12 showing right there. So arrange those with the little pencil icon and then the little edit settings area, and you swap them, and then the edit settings. So whoa, I'm scrolling all over the place. Okay, so that's the area. You also want to make sure your about section is happening. I mean, look, in this particular one, my sentence is cut off right there. You got 3 lines to say good stuff, so edit that and have your website in there too. Make sure you can, that's where you want to put your website. Have your website address. It's going to be clickable. People can go over and check on it. Here's a good one from Macy's. They've got a nice one right there, and boom, they've got their website address right there. Good stuff. Okay. So that's the icons there. The next thing I wanted to cover is, what are you looking at here? So mostly what it shows is the posts from me. And if you want to intersperse these again, if you want to kind of show when people are having conversations with you, change this little highlights button to show posts by others. Now it's going to be a little bit more back and forth. You know, you're going to see posts from your fans in there, because otherwise, if you've got just the highlights there, the posts from the others show up in this little box here. And they're all there. You can click see on them, but they're kind of, I don't know, I find that confusing, is you're looking through them all in one big blob, and sometimes you don't know exactly what's going on. So choose which way you want to highlight those. The other thing I wanted to highlight here, and then a couple of things. I've got a lot to share here. So now the other thing that you might notice is that there's these posts right here that pop up. Is this old post from June 8th of 2011. Why is that there? The reason is because that's some of my friends who are also posting. So you're going to have some older posts popping up there. Depending on who's looking at your page, it's going to show them their friends' posts. So, you know, I don't know. Interesting, not interesting, I'm not sure. But just something to be aware of and what that is and why you're seeing those old posts. You may want to go through some of your old posts and say, does this post make sense anymore? Maybe you need to hide it. Maybe you need to get rid of some of those. Check for spam or any other things that are on your page that you might want to hide. So don't hide bad stuff, though. Don't just go through and hide anything negative. I don't like that. Answer it. Make sure you're addressing the problems, and that's what you want to do. I'm not saying hide your bad stuff. Don't hide your dirty laundry. So, but just, just be aware of what's on your page. It's my message there. The other thing that I want you to notice here is that people are going to be able to see a little bit more information about your insights. So say, for example, I'm looking at Harley Davidson. I might look at their likes here, and now I can see what's going on with their trending stuff and where they're popular. They're really big in Mexico, really huge down there. And, 35 to 44-year-old guys liking those Harleys. So you're going to be able to get a little more insight into what people see or what pages are about. The thing that's missing, though, and I don't know if this is coming back or not, is you used to be able to see pages that liked other pages. Right now, all I can see is all my friends who like Harley. I don't see any other pages that like Harley Davidson's page. So that, I'm hoping, comes back. I don't see a way to find it right now. A little bit miffed, again, taking away some of those little good features that I used to like using. And I think that's really some of the big major things that I wanted to point out that maybe haven't been already pointed out. So I like the timeline overall. What do you think? Tell me your thoughts. Ask me your questions in the comments, and hope this was helpful. Talk to you next time.